Hello, hello, everyone. It is your favorite girl, Miss Melody. You guys know, author, strategist, the resource chick, and my new one, my new phrase is, or coining myself as, is the self-reflection mentor. I like that. It's got a little, I like it. It's like it, I like it. So thank you so much, guys. This video that I'm recording now, I attempted to record yesterday, but I did receive some news about a friend of mine who passed away, and just wasn't in a headspace to really record. So I did do a short video, and thank you guys for reaching out. I definitely had a lot of people that sent condolences to me in regards to my friend passing. So I thank you guys so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did do a video, and the video still ties into what I want to talk about, the topic at hand, which is about the to-do list and legacy. However, yesterday, what I touched on, and I won't go into much into it because it was a short live, but it had a lot of good gems and a lot of good nuggets that I wanted you guys to take with you. But we talked about legacy and what you wanted people to remember you by. We live this life and we do all these things, and we don't think and prepare for, in some ways we do. We absolutely, in some regards, prepare for passing because we all do. But do you think about what you want what people are going to say? Things that you really have no control over, right? The only thing you have control over is how you treat people, how you move, how you move in day to day, and the interactions that you have with people. So I wanted to touch on that really quick, which I did yesterday, and just say that we have one life, like I discussed and said in my live, and we should live it to the fullest. But we also have to be cognizant of how we treat people and how we move. Those things are so important. And although when we think about legacy, we think about money and things being passed down, but which we'll talk about more later. But legacy also is about how you treat yourself and what the things that you acquire for yourself to pass down to people as well. But we'll definitely jump into that. So again, thank you guys for joining my video today. And this is a first. I want to coin this as the first, although I've done lots of content, but this today resonates with me because this is the first episode of Dear Diary of My Ego, which is going to be my podcast name, and all of my videos will be housed on YouTube. So if you guys are interested in seeing the rest of my videos, these are videos that I have also created in the last month or so that just jump into a lot of different content that I'll be doing, which is about healing, wellness, about how to love yourself. I work in mental health and substance abuse, so it's important that we touch on those things because we talk about how we work on a lot of things in our lives. We work on our muscle and our brain. We work on our bodies. We work on nutrition. We do all these things, but mental health is one of those things that we sometimes lack in, and also giving ourselves grace and healing. So I'm here as a self-awareness mentor to assist with that. And I would give my disclaimer really quick. I am in no way, shape, or form a counselor, therapist. I'm here to make people aware, to have the conversation, to place things for you to think about, for you to have those aha moments, and for you to also have conversations with like-minded people or people that think differently, that can spark that thought process and really get things kind of moving and, kind of getting those wheels turning. So I thank you. Thank you for being here, and get used to seeing his face because we're going to be around here. Okay. So let's jump into the content. So the question that I posed earlier this week was about, I'm sorry, let me go ahead and minimize these so that, so this is not, I'm not looking at all of that. The question that I posed earlier this week was, did you write your to-do list for the week? And it was a question, just was asking like, okay, did you do your to-do list? No different from how, did you go to work this week? Did you feed the cat before you left? questions that you may ask. And I had a couple people said I haven't done it yet. And my follow-up question is why? Why haven't you done it yet? So my goal with this conversation was to get an understanding of what makes it challenging for people to do to-do lists. Now, I have a couple of reasons on why. I know that. But again, we want to start getting those wheels spinning to understand. So again, if you're watching this and you feel that you want to share why haven't you completed your to-do list for this week, or why haven't you written it, definitely down below in the comments. Please, please, please share. This is interactive. I don't want to get on here and just talk the whole time. I really want there to be a thought. I really want you to process it and really get an understanding of why I'm asking those questions, because there's a deeper reason. I promise you there is. So let's start with why. If you have not written your to-do list, I can give you a reason on why. A lot of the times people avoid to-do lists because it gives them, that means that you have to own it. Writing a to-do list means that you got to own what you're writing down, which may seem a little challenging and it may be a little overwhelming to a degree. I get that. But we also can look at to-do list as a longer perspective of what we're trying to do. You know, I could write down 25,000 things that I could work on, right? But are we thinking about strategically what we have to work on now versus what we have to work on later? I always call it the parking lot, right? So a lot of the times people get very overwhelmed thinking about all of the things that they have to do. But in my brain, right? Because I feel like I have like breakout rooms in my brain. I call them salon suites. You know, cute little name for them. So in my salon suites, I'm thinking about all these things that I have to complete, but I have different rooms for different things. And some of them are all the way in the back. Some of them up front, you get to closer, and some of them are locked, right? So I say all of this to say, I take those things in my salon suites and I'm writing them down so that I know what I have to do and what I don't have to do. This clears it. This clears it. I don't have it in my brain anymore, right? I may think about it, but it's not sitting in the salon suite. Like, you know how it is. I remember on Saturdays when I used to go get my hair done back in the day, how you was in there all day. You think about writing a to-do list, right? And having it in your brain all day. All day. And trying to remember everything that you had. Because in the morning, you thought about 5 things. And then in the afternoon, you remembered 2 other ones that you forgot. And then in the evening, while you're trying to go to sleep and trying to let your brain rest, you thought about 2. How about you write them down? How about that? How about that? So going back to the initial question and initial thought that I was having on why is it's overwhelming. But this is part of the reason why people can't sleep at night. Now, granted, we have other reasons why we can't sleep, right? But we don't shut our brains down. Our computers shut down. We close our laptops. We let them rest, but we do not do that for ourselves. So a lot of people, one, like we just talked about, it's avoidance. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to see how much things that I have going on. Like, I don't want to do that. And it's postponing. It's like, I know what I got to do, but writing it down kind of holds me accountable. Really don't want to do that, right? That's one thing. So you'll see my eyes darting because I'm just kind of grab my little notes right here, right? And another challenge that we have with our to-do list as well is we have to face it. There are a slew of things that I don't want to do. I'm not even going to hold you. Okay, whether it's personal, whether it's business, there are things that I'm just like, yeah. And putting it down on paper holds you accountable. It's hard. I know. Yeah, I know. Down below, let's put the word accountability. Let's go ahead and just, I'm going, yep, accountability. Type the word accountability below. Thank you very much. This is something that we're challenged with. Everyone is challenged with accountability. But I promise, writing a to-do list will start to clear this mind. Clear this mind. Let me say this. You think about someone you look up to, your mentor. It doesn't have to be anyone, anyone famous, but someone that you look up to. Someone that has stature, someone that has success, and that's doing great things, and you see them online, or when you talk to them, they just you know why part of the reason that they're successful is because they allow for their cognitive thoughts, those positive things that they have. They allow them to have their own salon suite that they go in and they work out of. They don't have 25 of them. Because you know why? They write them down. And as a leader as well, let me add that to it too, you delegate. Why do we feel like we have to do everything by ourselves? I'm tired. I'm sorry. What's that line that people say? I don't want to be a part of that strong crew in 2026. Well, you know why we're not going to be a part of the strong crew in 2026? Because we're delegating things that we can delegate. Absolutely. We are delegating things. So we need to understand to-do lists are things that need to be done. That doesn't mean that you have to do them all. And it also doesn't mean that you have to think about them all day. A to-do list is just about productivity. Doesn't mean that, you have to get them all done today. Let's roll over to the next day. So I'm saying all of these as far as a to-do list because I hear a lot of people that talk about legacy. I hear a lot of people talk about business. I hear people talk about how they want this structure in their family, but you don't have a to-do list to know what you're doing from day to day. These are things that are setting you up for success and also leadership. Leadership is something that needs structure. Leadership is something that needs guidance. And there's no true way for you to do that effectively without you knowing what you have to accomplish. Now, I'm not saying that you got to write a to-do list. The to-do list has nothing to do with I want to become an astronaut, or I want to get in my car and I want to go to every 50 states. I just want to drive and I just want to do this. This is not about goals. This is about to-do lists. Things that you have to accomplish on a day-to-day basis to first show that you're consistent. Consistency comes with legacy. You don't leave a legacy just from making money. In order for that person, if you think about legacy, right? You think about people that pass down to their generations, to their kids, their grandkids. Yes, a lot of it is spoken about money. But what about the legacy that they build? You probably remember your auntie, or let's just say that person, that matriarch of your family. She cooked dinner every Sunday. How does she cook dinner every Sunday? She went to the store on Saturday, or she asked granddaddy, went to the store. He picked up everything that she needed. Somebody came on Sunday because, we're doing family dinner. Somebody made sure the table was dressed, everything was done. And they may even help with supper, dinner, however you want to slice it, right? But guess what? She had her to-do list of everything that she needed accomplished, right? And she gave out the tools to everyone that needed it. We all know Auntie don't know how to really make the sweet potatoes, but I'm going to give her this recipe and I'm going to walk her through it. You see how we just took this to-do list that grandma needed, or the auntie needed, and she delegated those things that needed to be done. And guess what? Grandma still slept at night and still got up in the morning and did everything she needed to do and slept good. Okay. So do you see that to-do lists are not just about you being productive and running around like a chicken with your head cut off? Because I know that's what you're doing. It ain't no way. Listen, I got 25,000 breakout rooms. I could never see me just, you know what? I'm just going to wake up and just do whatever comes to my brain, because I probably would be in Alaska trying to buy snow and ice because I just need something. It just came to mind and I just want to do it. We got to get structured. Even let's go back to grandma. Grandma did that for 25 years. 25 years. She was productive. She was disciplined. because she never missed. It don't matter. She wasn't feeling good. So we can still do it. It may not have been the best, but it was disciplined. She was disciplined. She still did it. Why can't we do the same thing? Why are we not doing it? So my challenge for you, my challenge today is write a to-do list. Everything that you can think about, to-dos. Start with the week. Well, you know what? I do have that doctor's appointment that I have to go to, but baby girl still got to go to cheerleading practice. You're writing down all these things, and you're writing them all down. You know what time you have to go. You know the bang. You know you give yourself a little buffer in between, and not to say that it's always a physical runaround, because, excuse me, you may need to make phone calls. Let's say you want to make up your bed I'll give me something that's a smaller, not as as urgent. You know what? Every time I get up in the morning, I'm rushing and I don't make up my bed. Okay, bet. We're going to set that alarm just about 10 minutes a little early. Early. We're going to set it. We're going to try to see if we can do it for the week. Write it down. I'm getting up at 6 o'clock. Instead, I usually get up at 6 o'clock. I'm going to get up at 5:50. I'm going to set my alarm and I'm going to get up and I'm going to make my bed. I'm going to do it for a week. What are we doing? We're starting with patterns. We're starting consistency. And listen, if you have a partner, now it's, you know what? Whoever gets out of bed last makes up the bed. We're going to do it for a week. You get up first. Maybe they may get up first. But guess what? The bed gets made up. Delegating. We don't have to take on the world by ourselves. In mental health, I've learned that we take on way too much than we need. It has to get done. Everything has to get done. If I sat here and gave a long, I would be overwhelmed too. I'm overwhelmed if I thought about every single thing that I had to do within a week. But what we have to do is give ourselves some grace. That everything doesn't have to be done today. It doesn't. I sleep better at night knowing that I can say, I got everything done today and my ecosystem is calm. I can sleep at night knowing that I checked, because I'm still real old school. I like a list. I like to outline it, highlight it, check it off. I still do it that way. But what I want us to understand is it's okay to not get everything done on the to-do list, because that can also feel overwhelming. Like, I got to get it done. But you also have to give yourself some discipline. It's time to be disciplined. It's time to write that to-do list for the week. Start checking them off, getting them done. This is where we are. It's 2026. I've been telling y'all, I know this is something I've been talking about all 2025. If you did all the hard work last year, great things are going to happen in 2026. We want to open up businesses. We want to have successful relationships. We want to have, more of a administrative foundation for our home. We need structure. We need discipline. We need to know what we're doing every day when we wake up. Every day. Use ChatGPT. Listen, if you're not using Chat, that's another thing. If you're not using ChatGPT in 2026, I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. ChatGPT. Here's a list of everything that I need to complete this week. Tell me what days are the best days for me to do it. She'll get you started. Your ChatGPT needs to learn you, but you get what I'm saying. I want this year to be the year that we are locked in. And these are some of the tools that you're going to use to be locked in. I am here as an assistant, okay? If you guys do not know me, I have built several businesses. I started being a custom cake baker, and now I work in mental health. I have 2 different businesses. My business, Amana Health and Resource Center, is more of a community case type of business. And then I also have the Melody Marie Experience, which helps with that self-awareness that people need in life to move forward. And without the tools that I'm speaking about, I wouldn't be in the place that I'm in now. So I challenge you all this week, start writing your to-do list. We are trying to build legacies. We will talk about taking over the world. We talk about having businesses. And these are the tools necessary needed to make it happen. That's it. That's it. That's it. And listen, this is what we'll do. I don't like homework particularly, right? But I want to give out food for thought. Food for thought. Tell me, write down the goals. Two, just two, a personal and a business. If you decide to, you want to do a business, but a personal goal and maybe a goal for your family. And then we can talk about look at how are we going to make that happen. You have to write down how can we make that goal successful, achievable. And you have to be the leader to show. You have to be the leader to set that up to make that happen. Listen, guys, I am not going to take too much of your time. This was great. If you guys need any assistance with leadership, with business goals, I definitely offer one-on-one classes. I'll put the information below. This series is going to be something that we're going to do weekly. It's going to be called Dear Diary of My Ego. Like I stated, this is my new baby. And weekly, we're going to be just talking about, subjects that I feel that are important for our personal growth and development and for people that are around you as well. It's not just about us because, again, a part of a legacy is not just about you. It's about the people that you leave those things to, the people that you make an impact, that impact you. So I love you. Thank you so much. More to come. I'm super excited. And we will talk soon.